This week's guest is working in service to mankind. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show tailored by Tweeds. What's up, Sarasota? I'm Rob. This is the Pre-Show tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our convenient brick-and-mortar locations, including downtown Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete, and our newest in Naples and Orlando. This week's guest is Jennifer Bash of Sertoma of Greater Sarasota. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Jennifer, for those not familiar with the organization, tell us a little bit about Sertoma.
So Sertoma is a service club. It's a national organization that has been around for over 100 years. It's been in Sarasota since 1956, and as you mentioned, we are service to mankind. So it has those letters in it, and our initial flagship initiative was for Sertoma kids to raise money. It was a speech and language clinic for kids that didn't have insurance. We helped them financially and things like that. And now we are moving forward towards new initiatives. We're looking to start working with service dogs and vets that can't hear, and things like that.
That's awesome. Next question for you, and I'm sure you'll get into it a bit more on the podcast, but tell us a little bit about how you got involved and what drives your passion for their mission.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, and when I worked in Pittsburgh, I worked for a company called Dynavox. We manufactured speech-generating devices for cerebral palsy, ALS, traumatic brain injuries, and it was one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had in my life. And when I moved down here and learned about Sertoma, helping kids with speech issues and hearing issues, it was just something very near and dear to my heart. So.
Awesome. Cool. And then last question for the pre-show here. I understand there is a golf fundraiser coming up. Can you tell the audience a little bit about that and how they can get involved if they'd like to?
Yes. So we are having our 32nd annual Sertoma Golf Classic, and it is this year on October 28th at Laurel Oak Country Club. And we are looking for sponsors. We have some foursomes left. And we have, you can sponsor a T sign, anything like that. We're having a $100,000 shootout. 3 people have a chance to win $100,000. We have a $10,000 putting contest. Three people have the chance to win that, and a lot of other prizes.
That's awesome. Well, that is going to do it for the pre-show this week. Remember, when you're looking to level up your style game, come on down to Tweeds at any of our brick-and-mortar locations. Follow us online, tweedsuitshop.com, or on Instagram. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this upcoming week's episode with Jennifer.
So you mentioned a little bit about service, right? Like the organization is a service-based organization.
Yes.
You can always volunteer, any charitable organization, right? They always will tell you volunteer with your time. You can, donate, those types of things. Obviously, you guys accept donations and whatnot. But if somebody out there is watching and says, I think some of the questions would be, what are some of the services that you guys need help with? What are some of the, if I was to volunteer with Sertoma, what are some of the things I might find myself doing?
So one of the things that we do is we do a hearing aid recycling program. So people that have, they have family members that have passed away that have hearing aids, things like that, we can recycle them and they get refurbished. And so we can give them away for free because, I don't know if you guys realize, but hearing aids are not paid for.
Yeah.
Even Medicare does not pay for hearing aids.
What's the retail on hearing aids, just so we have a reference?
So my dad actually just got them through the VA, and they were about $7,000.
And how long does that last?
Thankfully for his benefit, it'll last forever. But for anybody that doesn't have, you don't, because Medicare doesn't pay for it. It depends on
one set of hearing aids. What's the lifespan on the hearing aids before they?
I don't know the answer to that,
okay.
But I can tell you my father-in-law's dog ate his, and and then it's an expense.
What kind of dog was it?
A little one.
Wow. Why it might be up for adoption? You want to get another one?
We don't have to get completely into the Medicare thing though. But that whole agency you see out there is all Medicare, and there are some available options that will help with hearing aids. Just so you know.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right? It's not
Like-
covering $7,000 worth
supplements.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Some it wouldn't necessarily be supplements. That would
Yeah.
probably be the opposite. But there are some programs out there that assist with them. But yeah, I mean, generally speaking, you know, you're talking a $7,000 hearing aid, even if
Yes.
they're giving you $250 towards it or $1,000 towards it. I mean, a majority of our clients, a lot of times are under-resourced, underprivileged, and you know they don't have $7,000. They're happy to get $100 back on their Part B, you know, through a give back program and stuff like that. Not getting a $7,000 hearing aid paid for.
Right.
What percentage of people on Medicare need hearing aids, though?
I would say it's a lot.
A lot. It's
I mean,
just
it's like saying what percentage of
do people
you know,
just all do
seniors
all
over the
people
age
get
of
old
70?
and need hearing aids at some point, or is it like
Yeah, I think
inevitable?
so.
Yeah.
Something like that. I won't name names, but I know people who have gotten them recently, and it's just, you know, you live long enough, you're going to have certain issues. It's like a car, right?